We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 or the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Los Angeles Rams and their Southern California rivals, the Los Angeles Chargers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. This defense for the Rams, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he gets it up past the 35. The Chargers at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it, and that's what they're trying to get done here.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field in the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Flush to his right. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested, because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Here's a give up the middle. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. A great play there. His 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chargers are on the board first here this afternoon. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Now, you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all, and I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one, and you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll run with Hall. And some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Wright's got it. Call it a gain of a yard. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. After 7-0 on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw here.
This one complete to Jalen Waddle.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 42. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
38. Hurry.
Hall again on 2nd down.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. He had a minimal gain on first down. Now they stop him for no gain. What do you think, going in a different direction on 3rd down?
Could very well be. I'll guarantee he's asking for the ball 3rd time to try and make up for the first 2. But his QB might very well say, well, my man, maybe next series. Let's try someone else on this play.
They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field have covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
The Rams on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8.
On third down, here's Hall.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
They'll go for it. It's Hall.
And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Sean McVay's gamble does not pay off. And the Charger defense stands tall and they get the football back. The Charger drive about to get going.
And you figure this should be a healthy, a rested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning. Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
On third down, Dawson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That burst good for 20 and a first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
No gain on the play there, second down. Up the middle they go. It's Dawson, and he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
And he's got room. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Dawson.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 29, Jackson.
That pass caught. It's Williams.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Finding Williams once more, complete. Touchdown, Chargers.
Jamison Williams,
his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it down by 2 scores.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while, get at least 2 first downs, give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Black, 95. Green Jack.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take over here up near the 40. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB. And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Play action. It's Jackson. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, LA! Jamison Williams as the first half is winding down. And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-0.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
Breece Hall
in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Rams are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Mevis is up and good.
And they'll cut the lead to 21-7.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. The Charger drive about to get going. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver. And he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know,
he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. A give running right is Hall. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the 1st down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Jackson. He finds his man complete. And he'll be brought down, losing. Ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Jackson. Flushed out right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
Well, they'll start with a quick throw complete out to the right. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. He'll drop to throw. This pass out wide to Hall. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A good pickup after the penalty, 12 yards, and it's second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
2nd and 3. There's Hall bringing in another one. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. And some room to roam now. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 146 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And, Charles, it's not very often an elite back becomes available. They jumped on him. I think they were smart to do so.
I agree, and we hear so often about how the running back position is devalued. But when you have a chance to get one of the truly best, top of his game, you go out and get him.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw. Complete to right. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. Nevis knocks this one through. And that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. They go play action with Jackson, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Fielded at the 20. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here we go on 4th down. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Jackson, he's going to keep it himself. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to... Oh, and now they're going to fake it. Puts it on the carpet. It's out. And now the Rams have got it. Going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, tried to help him shake it off, because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. The Chargers trot out their dime package, expecting a throw on third down.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave him with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
Let's go. 52 Bulls.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football and picked up by the Chargers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And I tell you what, one thing that you and I featured as a storyline was that they were facing the NFL's #1 defense coming in, and they really took it right to them.
Yeah, they didn't blink, did they? And instead of just saying to themselves, let's make sure that we minimize our mistakes and try and play a conservative-type game, they attacked right from the beginning. Said, we got to go after these guys. I think sometimes you take the #1 rated defense by surprise when you do that.